Hello and welcome everyone to the Business Thinking Podcast. I'm Joe.
I'm Dylan.
Joined today, yes, Dylan, your first time on the podcast.
Beginner's luck, hopefully.
Beginner's luck. Your beginner's luck getting here?
I wouldn't say that much.
You were chosen from a lottery. Congratulations. You've won today. Your little tombola was rolled and you're like, Dylan, you'll do.
It's like my birthday.
It's like your birthday. I hope
Better.
it's not. Better. God, your birthdays. You poor soul. So today we are going to be discussing a hot topic. Vibe coding.
Very cool stuff.
Lots of vibes. I'm really trying my best not to think about like those Jet2 vibe holidays now, because that's something else entirely.
It's becoming too trendy.
Too trendy. We can't talk about Jet2 holiday.
Nothing's better than a ChatGPT vibe code.
Oh my god, nothing beats a ChatGPT vibe code for a family of 4. Seriously, though, is the so vibe coding. How do you feel about it?
I'm on the fence. I think most people can agree it can be good and it can be bad. I mean, for me mainly, I wouldn't say I'm a vibe coder, but I see that using chatbots has its place. If I'm writing very repetitive code, I can be lazy sometimes, and it's a lot easier to get an AI agent to produce the output for me.
So just to be clear, vibe coding is that way of asking an AI, say, I want to do this, please produce me a bit of code that'll do this, and not really, I don't know if not thinking about the output is part of it, but it is just that sort of taking it as it is and then saying, oh, this doesn't work, going back to the AI saying, oh, this bit doesn't work, please fix this, and then eventually ending up with some code that works.
Yeah, I think that's the extreme, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's one end of the spectrum where you just don't use any chatbots at AI, and that's kind of the traditional way of coding. And then we've seen people who, with zero experience of any sort of coding or programming, can get a program up and running just through the prompt that you mentioned.
And it is really clever, the fact that they can do that. It's like it does bring back lots of good suggestions about stuff like Python, and
it's impressive.
It's very impressive. I know there's some languages which it can't do. I've heard stories it can't do awk. It cannot touch awk.
Can it do moo?
I've not tried getting it to do moo, and now I want to try and get it to do moo. Can you please code me this? Please code me this. This clock interface for only using moo. Moo, 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 moo.
That would be impressive.
I would love to see if it actually works. Actually, yeah. My God, putting an AI against esoteric languages.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the more extreme ones.
That'd be great. I'd love to see the output of just it trying its best. We actually know the AI relies on people having like this ingested information of like codes like that.
Yeah, whatever's out there, right?
Yeah. I reckon there's way more documentation on Moo than there should be.
I don't want to find out.
Moo Meadows.
Not Moo Meadows.
Yeah, but then we said that, yeah, it's very clever what it can do, but ultimately trusting it implicitly is dangerous.
I guess that also, from what you just mentioned about it learns from the content that's out there. If they came across malicious content or incorrect content, I think that's quite a big danger of it then producing code that could be harmful to your program or your system.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not just a hobby project. If you're working in a company and this is quite a high stakes project, then obviously the implications can be quite large.
Yeah, exactly. It's as we've said before in other podcasts, and whatever use case for AI really does depend on what you put into it. So if it is just loads of people's opinions on code that's not quite right, or like you said before, like actually potentially malicious code, it's gonna not work, or the AI may not have the context on this, and it's just regurgitating it in a clever way to say, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of what they do now is just say they're yes men. I think we heard about from Alex actually, it was the AI in
Oh God,
what was it? What did it do? Is like it dropped the database. It dropped a production database during a code freeze.
yeah, it was amongst some other kind of queries in different lines of code, wasn't it? It seemed to sneak in a little drop database script.
Cheeky drop database.
Just a casual Friday.
That seems like a great thing to do in production, whilst you're, in amongst everything else. But the thing about it was, and I can't remember exactly what the story said, so I could be wrong here, but it did say along the lines of the AI panicked, the AI did this, and then it found empty queries and then just dropped the database, basically. Now, there's a thing from a long time ago, I can't remember, it might be IBM sort of thing, but it was, once again, I'm paraphrasing, computers cannot make decisions. And it's always the person forcing the computer or prompting the computer to do something. So I don't believe there's any agency an AI actually has. It's whoever vibe coded the code to do it. That it was their fault, not the AI's fault. Someone wasn't doing their due diligence on the actual code. Almost like you need to code review your AI, treat it like a little junior dev or something like that, who is, first in there, taking their first steps in that software engineering world.
It is an impressive junior dev, but I think you're right. I think that
it's the most impressive junior. What do you know? Tell me everything you know about history. My God. Wow. Why are you coding? You can tell me like every Wikipedia article ever written.
But yeah, I think it's important to have that kind of you or just someone else in the team be that middle person between the output of any kind of chatbot and then wherever you're going to be running your script, whether it be, doesn't have to be a full intensive code review, but any sort of due diligence just to make sure there's no red flag pieces of code which could cause harm. There's also, I think, quite a common case for vibe coding is whether it be people with no experience or low experience trying to get a script that does something they don't know how to do.
Yeah, I think that's the key thing. Is like you say, a lot of people vibe code because they have no context on it, so they really can't say if what it's doing is dangerous, sensible, efficient. It's just code that works.
Yeah.
It's means to an end code, not good code.
They might not be in the position where they could recognize what correct or incorrect code would look like. So I think that's important to kind of recognize that, and then you call in someone more senior with more experience to do that code review process that you mentioned.
So you're in a team and you've got something that's been clearly vibe coded to some extent and it's given to you as something for you to review. What's your opinion on it?
That's a hard one, because if I'm aware that this work has been assigned to someone who isn't capable of doing the work and I've expected them to complete it, then I feel like it'd be harsh to criticize them from using a resource that can help them. Mm-hmm. However, I guess my main questions would be around, have they themselves, to the best of their abilities, done their due diligence and looked into it, and to their abilities, have they checked that this isn't harmful and can't be improved? And also, have they learned from it? If they were given the task again, would they still rely on the chatbot and the kind of vibe coding pattern? Mm-hmm. Or would they be able to, either from memory or a little bit of assistance, reproduce a similar script that can complete a similar job?
No, I think that's actually a really good point, because whilst it's not necessarily a perfect tool, it's a really good tool to get yourself give yourself a head start on something, because if you have no idea, you've got something that will produce something that, works. And as we've said, it's in the person coding's almost part of their work to understand why the Vibe coded code may or may not work, understand where its flaws are, and it's, like you said, we're code reviewing it, and it's a learning tool. There is definitely some downsides to allowing it complete agency, but as long as you as long as you set the boundaries on what it's doing, then it's a very powerful thing.
Yeah, I think you said treat it like a junior dev. You wouldn't give them all permissions access to any kind of production environment. You'd kind of
Right.
You shouldn't.
They lied on their CV. I've dropped databases before, the best of them.
Let them do it again.
No,
That's what they're good at.
I'm really good at fighting drop table. They're my two favourite words to type down on the keyboard. Oh dear. No, but yes, it's treats the code as though it needs code reviewing. It needs that full normal code workflow where you PR, you code review, you take things back, you push things back. And I think that's the only way right now we can realistically treat vibe coded code.
Yeah, expect to find something wrong.
Yeah. Would you be vibe coding anytime soon?
I'm vibe coding currently.
Oh my god, what? Exposed. I've vibe coded everything for 4 years before big AI was even there.
I can't go back.
I can't go back.
It's a last star.
I can't stop. I can't stop vibe coding. It's just my vibe. Dear me. So, takeaways from this: incredibly powerful tool, dangerous if you don't check it. And I think we shall leave it there. Well, thank you very much, everyone. And thank you, Dylan, for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And we shall see you next time.
Bye-bye.